folks, and welcome to my channel. So this is your reading for whenever you're drawn to watch this video. So the decks that I'm going to be using are the Oceanic Tarot by Jane Wallace. I'm also going to be using the Sacred Forest by Denise Lynn. Let's get to it. We'll do the tarot first, and then the oracle cards. So giving the deck a good shuffle. See what wants to come through for today. Or whenever you're watching it. Oh, interesting. Change. Eight of Cups, change. This is interesting. Ace of Pentacles, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Prosperity. I was gonna. This is the second time filming this because I started to film it the first time and the deck went woof. But the deck went woof after I'd got a little message to do a elective read, as in after obviously the week of which I'm filming this video. Today is the 20th of January 20 after this off, think about the dates. 20th of January 2025, and obviously we're getting a new president today. And there's a whole mixture of feelings about that. So I was like, collective read. Rather than looking at personal lives or what's coming up for you personally, this is going to be a collective read, okay? Which they kind of are. Anyway, you know what I mean. Collective energies. Let's get to it. Stop waffling. Eight of Cups and change. We've got change. We're in a week of big change. Now, did you know that when we've got a coronation, new prime minister, new president, new year, whatever new is coming in, especially if it's a big thing, not only is it a new start for the individual or the party behind them, but it's also when that energy of newness, inauguration in this case, is available for everyone. It's a clean slate. Take it away from the person. If the person triggers you, leave that at the door. Let's look at this from this perspective of change. So change, getting our emotions in alignment. This isn't about everything is wonderful, everything is perfect, but giving ourselves the space to accept change. That sometimes change comes in ways we may not like, in ways we may be scared about, in ways we may be unsure about, but this is about change coming in. And when this comes up for a personal read, with the Radiant Rider-Waite deck I've got, it's usually 8 cups with some mountains, a little bit of water, and a man walking away with his back to you with a red cloak on. It's even red, Republicans anyway. And it's about the meaning of that card is about turning your back on something and going deeper into wisdom. Going deeper into wisdom. So it can often be when it can come up when maybe you're going through a break of a relationship and or maybe you're walking away from a relationship or somebody else or somebody's been distant with you or it's closing down a chapter and it's a deep transition, if that makes sense. Okay. We've then got this ace, not eight, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, smitten then. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, which is about planting a new seed. That whatever I'm planting today, whether collectively, internally, externally, I'm going to nourish. I'm going to nourish my seed going forward. I'm going to nourish my new beginning. This is, oh, that's interesting as well. And vision is the next card as well, which is the Two of Wands, which is rather than feeling compressed this week, the Two of Wands is a man stood out looking across the ocean. He's got the world in his hands. He's got the Two of Wands for support. And he's like, you know what? World's my oyster. Interesting. We've then got the Lovers and choices. There's something coming up here as well about relationships around you. mirrors in relationships around you. Now, this could be on a political level, different family members voting different things, needing different things, wanting different things. This can be also on an intimate level. That's interesting. I'm hearing that this week is one of the biggest transitions we've been through. I mean, this week also, we know we've got that 25th of January big planetary alignment that only comes around once every so many billions of years. So we are in a very big week, astrologically, energetically, collectively, globally, to really take these moments and go, how can I be better during this, going through this? How can I rise up from, how can I be like a phoenix rising from the ashes? We've got the Six of Cups was about with it, which is about reflection. It can be about the past, so looking back to the past. Let's see what comes after. An anxiety. You know, maybe you struggled with when Trump was in before, and you've got anxiety over that. You've got anxiety over this, the way of, I don't want to say the state of the world, because everything that's happening now is happening for a reason. You've got anxiety about your own stuff, your own bills, kids, grandkids, health, wealth, all that. But there's also this global anxiety. It's interesting because I felt it this weekend and it was like, God, this is horrible. You know, so many people are feeling overwrought, they're feeling triggered, they're feeling hypersensitive, they're feeling, you know, reactive, combative. They're feeling frightened, fight or flight energy. So some people are going into fight where they're woo, and some people are going into flight. So we've got disassociation going on. We've got come on, have a go if you think you're hard enough. Maybe I should call this video that come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. You know what I mean? We ain't a Gallagher, as in Liam and Noel Gallagher. Anyway, so we've got this going on as well. So it's a time of reflection. It's a time of releasing those anxieties the best way that you can. So that can be what are my coping mechanisms? Is it that I'm a good reader and I can go read a book? Am I going to take myself off to a bookshop and get a cup of coffee? Am I going to do some meditation, some journaling? We're really being asked this week and going on to step into how I cope in this situation. And I think it's a theme that's going to be going forward as we go through these next few years and beyond. What rather than going back to the old ways of doing things, we'll go on a bender, take some illegal drugs, eat loads of sugar, have an argument, flip out, doom scroll. We're going to be required to find different ways of facing things. Um, and it is all that mindfulness, happy clappy stuff, which some people get triggered about, but it's actually very helpful. And, you know, journaling, prayer, meditation, exercise, walking, fresh air, coming back to your present, you know, in this room, I am fine. And that's not me saying I am all right, Jack. That is how we go. What's the point in sat here going, you know, it's about presence. So we're being asked to stay in presence. It's about self-reflection and judgment. So there's a lot of judgment going on, self-reflection. What? Oh, I've got to share it with you now. It's come up. I've got to share it. I won't go now, but I'm going to have to now. In my video about the TikTok and the inauguration, I mentioned, I won't name him, but if you watched it, you'll know. I mentioned, shall I name him or not? I mentioned three people that I said will be interesting to watch, and they're quite young. One was Baron Trump. I'm going to name him now anyway. One was Princess Charlotte, and one was Jack Slosberg. Apologies if I've just butchered that surname. It's grandson to JFK Senior. Okay. So I went on to his Instagram yesterday and I was just flicking through it. I don't follow him, but I just went onto it. And I said to you, he's a bit out there, is Jack Slosberg. He's very much out there. He may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I find him interesting. Anyhow, he's done this video talking and literally it's not even talking about taking the mickey, the piss, out of RFK Junior. There's that many initials about nowadays. RFK Junior, which is RFKC, Bobby Kennedy's son. You know, RFK has got that thing with his voice. I'm not sure if that's his voice or if there's a disability there. Well, he's taking the piss out of his voice. And literally, I was like, when I was watching it, I clicked, I thought, oh, he tagged him in as well. And I went on it and I thought, oh God, this is a bit weird because I know he's got issues with a lot of those policies. He's got issues with the Republicans, etc. So I thought, wonder what this is about. And literally, when I went on it, I went, oh, it was vicious. And the comment section was just like, stop, stop, stop. This is not right. Whatever's happened politically, you don't do this to a family member. Whatever you think of him, even if there's something personal going on here, you don't do it on a public platform. And I must admit, it was actually a comment section that was being, you know, usually the comment section is like, go on, tell them, tell them. There was a few like that, but a lot of people were saying, we don't like the Republicans neither. We're not about what our case says, but you cannot do this. You shouldn't do this. Is family. And I was like, wow. And it blew my mind. It blew my mind, right? And I was like, my God. And one of the things, and then I went on to, then somebody else came up on my feed. Who was it? Was it Obama and Trump? Oh, before I go, before I go there, I was like, and I came out and I was like, you know what? You wouldn't believe his grandfather was a statesman. Now, just because his grandfather was a statesman, don't mean to say he's going to be a statesman. He's a right to be a citizen, an independent citizen. But I was like sat there, You remember JFK with the suits becoming a president, RFK with, and it's like, here he is just like that on a video. And then I was shown this thing with Obama and Trump, and Obama being really civil and polite at Carter's funeral. Jesus, there's some names in this video. YouTube, when you talk about famous people, lines them all up as pictures at the bottom. Have a look, honestly. There'll be full Rose Gallery at the bottom of this video. Um, and I was like, that's what it's all about. It's about, you know what, uncle, cousin, mum, dad, neighbor, brother, sister, you vote differently to me. You think differently to me. You see the world differently to me, but that's fine. I still love you. And being able to be respectful, to be able to be um, respectful in how you conduct yourself. And I was like, I've just recommended this lad to people. And one of the things that my guide said to me, yeah, but remember the conversation you and Gary were having weeks ago about people that hold extraordinary amounts of light that destroy themselves. For example, Britney Spears. I know there's a lot going on there, but Marilyn Monroe, they burn out. Freddie Mercury was the one. They go into drink, drugs, reckless behavior. God, there's loads of them. Amy Winehouse. Um, Branwell Bronte was one of the Bronte sister brothers. Um, Princess Diana was. I know she didn't have addictions, but she could be quite reckless and goad in the press and stuff like that, and different boyfriends and all of that kind of stuff. It's almost like these people that have this enormous amount of light struggle to channel it, and it somehow overwhelms them. And some people really know how to master their light, and they can hold that light and master it and go from strength to strength. And some of them it just like woof, it's too much. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, woof, what a tangent. Get back to the reading. Self-reflection's coming up, and it got me thinking about it's not about who's getting into power, it's how we react about it. It's how we treat our neighbours. If I'm walking down the street now and I see President Trump, the chances are nil. I've got to nod to him. If he collapsed on the street, I'd ring him an ambulance. If one of his family, I mean, obviously I'm in England, that's not going to happen, is it? You never know. It's a small world, I know, but come on. I'm not going to go, no, it's Trump, and I'm not going to save him. I'm not going to ring somebody. I'm not going to whatever. I'm going to just blank him. I'm going to make him feel uncomfortable. I don't reckon I could make Trump feel uncomfortable anyway, but that's just us talking. Do you know what I mean? So self-reflection is how have I conducted myself through this past few months? Even when I've been faced with something that's hugely triggered me, what has it brought up? And this isn't about you judging yourself or judging others. It's about you being honest with yourself, reflection. What have I let myself down with? What have I learned from this? What feelings, thoughts did not serve me? Interesting. Eight of Pentacles. I did say Eight of Pentacles earlier, didn't I? I kept saying Eight of Pentacles instead of Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is getting on with it, getting on with life, working at your life. You do you. You do you going forward. Possibility, Seven of Cups, and being open to possibilities. We can look at any situation in our life and really focus on the doom and the gloom. It's out there. Or we can say, whatever this situation brings to me, it's going to be a learning curve. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's going to give me an opportunity to awaken further, to ascend further, to heal further. And then we've got the Queen of the Ocean, abundance. And that's how you create something. Um, That's interesting. I looked at that. Oh God, this is Ivanka Trump. I thought that looks like Ivanka Trump. That. Oh, maybe I'll read on Ivanka Trump. Hold that spot. I may do that in the future. Um, but the Queen of the Ocean, to see from an energetic point of view of what she's bringing to the table, not as in gossipy type reads or slating reads or idolization reads, to see about what her message is to us. Um, Yes, take this away from Ivanka. The card's for us. Abundance. That's how you become abundant. When the heart is constricted, when we're strict with ourselves, when we're cut off, we struggle with abundance. We cannot receive. And anything that does receive is very dense. We struggle to alchemize. So there's some interesting cards there. Is there a couple more that want to come out? What do you reckon? Options, there he is, the Two of Pentacles. We've got an option here going forward. We've got an option here, how we go forward. Um, Letting go of the past, not taking that old pentacle with you. So you're still all around, holding on to the past, holding on to the past stories. King of Cups, understanding. I love this. For me as a reader, he comes in when we need to be emotionally mature. He's mastered his emotions. He can do his self-care, but he's also in his masculine as well. So it's about, we've got Queen of the Ocean, we've got King of Cups, we've got fire, we've got water, we've got moving forward. We've got a lot coming up here. We've got the Knight of Wands, activity going forward, and we've got one more card coming through, and completion, Ten of Cups. So completion of a cycle. Interesting. So if you can cotton onto this thread that I'm this energy that's shifting through the collective, and you can actually get into it and get behind it and master it and bring it into your life, you'll go through these next few weeks much easier than if you stick to the doom and gloom. Now, if you're celebrating Trump getting in, look at it from a different perspective in your life. What other areas in your life can this resonate with? So that's about being an alchemist as well. Well, I'm not too bothered about that, but what is triggering me? What am I blocking against, if that makes sense? And we'll take an oracle card. Ooh, interesting. Meandering pathway flow. You've got to go with the flow. You've got to put your wizardry on, your magic, step back into your magic and go with the flow. Elves, playfulness, have fun. Don't take life too seriously. Air spirit, this is a time of gaining intense knowledge. And look at that. I know they're not planets, but look at that alignment there. It's an important week not to lose ourselves. And wild rose fairy, love. So, love. Love for yourself, love for your story, love for your past, and love for where you're going. One more card. Don't know what it is. You see, it is about America, this reading, because we've got the eagle here. So there we go. Eagle spirit, freedom. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.